Got a weak core? You've probably been missing the one essential component to your core training: tension. Which may sound like a bad thing, but when we're doing core training, we want to have as much tension through our middle as possible. And the great thing is, no matter what your starting point, you can always get better at this principle. We're going to take you through 2 examples that you can use to properly apply tension to your core training, one with equipment and one without equipment. This is the Paloff Press, an awesome anti-rotational core exercise. You're told to attach a band to something sturdy, hold it in your hands, and then go forwards and backwards. And this is to work your core. But right now here, Jenni is finding this far too easy. It's just a bit of a weird shoulder exercise right now. We need Jenni to actually get tension through the middle. And how we do that is to step away further so that Jenni has to sink her weight down into her hips, squeeze her glutes, squeeze her legs inwards, and then imagine that she's just finished doing a sneeze, boom, and her belly is nice and tight. So I could punch her here, she'd be totally okay with that. From here, she then goes forwards and backwards. And what we'll start to see here now is Jenni is actually shaking. Now the core is having to work. If she was to unlock her knees, she'd probably feel like the band is going to pull her out of position. Her weight would all be shifted to one side. This is how we get more from less reps. Now if Jenni's to go all the way out with her arms straight, she's going to really have to fight to keep that position. This is how you should look. You should be saying, core, blimey, when you do an exercise. You shouldn't be chilled out as you do it. When you've got the hang of the tension, 2 sets of 5 reps, really slow and controlled like this on each side, will be way more beneficial for you rather than doing 5 sets of 10 if you're in closer and just banging them out for funsies. Next, the side plank. Jenni looks solid. She looks like she's in a great position, doesn't she? Well, no, she's not. With what we know now, this offends us. Jenni's just leaning on her shoulder and she's just lifted her hips up. This is not core, this is bore. If we bring ourselves back down, we want to make sure that we're actually getting tension through the side here. We want to make sure we're firing up the obliques. So what we're going to do is bend the knees. And from here, Jenni is imagining that she is dragging her elbow towards her hip. So she should already feel muscles working here at the side, even maybe a little bit around the back. She then uses that sensation to drive everything up. Completely different exercise. We want to be able to switch that on and be like a solid statue. You should feel really tense in this position. We can give Jenni a little bit of a break for a second. We want to go for short bursts, around 10 seconds. If you think about when you're lifting something heavy, maybe your kids, your grandkids, washing something heavy, barbell, anything, you want to switch on maximally and then be able to, boom, relax it off afterwards. So this is how we want to train our core in this way. 3 sets of 10-second holds with maximal tension on each side is a great way to train this rather than doing a minute or 2 minutes at a time without the tension. When this starts to feel a lot easier for you, you can extend the legs out and bring yourself up. That has more body weight to work with, which makes it more challenging. Again, we always want that little bit more of a challenge. The difference between doing a core exercise effectively and just going through the motions is really subtle. You want to train yourself to know that you feel the things in the right areas. You don't have a weak core, you just don't know how to effectively use it yet. Through making these small tweaks, you can take a couple of really good exercises and do 2 to 3 sets and get way more benefits than picking a ton of exercises and doing hundreds of reps. Learning to use your core properly will keep you supported in your life and your training, especially if you're someone that has reoccurring back pain or you always pick up random injuries. Save this video for the next time you have a resistance band handy. Give the side plank variation a go right now before you forget and let us know how different it feels for you in the comments. Remember, if you're shaking and fighting for your life to hold a position, that is core, not bore. If you want to know more about core training and the principles that we use, make sure to head over to tommorrison.uk and check out Ultimate Core.